Welcome back to Steeltoes to Stilettos, everybody. This is the couch for real people with real stories. And I know we're not in the studio today. We had to pivot thanks to the city of Wilmington and it's daggone snow. We couldn't even get in the parking lot. It's like, nah, I'm just joking. I just wanted to jump on the bandwagon. It is not the city of Wilmington's fault of why we are not in the studio today. And never mind why we're not in the studio today. We're not in the studio today. But we are still giving you an episode. And that's what matters. All month, all I've been saying is, Cheris, you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. And today was one of them days that put me to the challenge of being consistent because we're filming from the crib. Not really my first choice, but it is what it is. I have to push through. I've been trying to guide you guys, encourage you guys. Not trying to, I am. I am encouraging you guys. I am guiding you guys. I am empowering you guys to stay consistent no matter what it looks like. So here I am showing up, staying consistent. We're filming from the crib. So what? We couldn't get in the studio. So what? Right? Right? That's what I had to tell myself. So what? We could not get in the studio. I don't have all my fancy cameras. I just got one camera. Normally I'm used to working with three cameras. I don't got my set. I do got my banner. You know what I mean? I do got, you know, I got this settings going right. I got this settings going right. But like I said, it's all about being consistent. And what a way for God to challenge me, right? Just like that. Like, it's like, okay, Sharice, let me see you practice what you preach. So here I am, filming from the crib. I got Lola down there right underneath my feet, my little Frenchie dog, so it is what it is. And this episode is all about the January month wrap up. The Pause Reverse Drive series has come to an end. The 30 days of rebuild. We are going to get into that. We are going to, do a little review over the guests that I had on this month. I had some really powerful guests, and then we're going to talk about what we have to look forward to. But before we get into that, I don't know if it's going to snow again, but if it snows again, y'all, I want y'all to be prepared so we do not have to depend on our elected officials or our city council, the mayor, or anyone. There are some things that we do have control of, and we want to be in control of them. So let me give you a few tips on if it snows again. Tip number one: do not wait till the snow freezes to get out there and start shoveling. That's tip number one, number two, and number three. I cannot believe the number of people I seen trying to shovel snow like 5 days into the snowstorm. It snowed on what? Saturday, Sunday. People just started shoveling Thursday, Friday. It is now ice. And I'm talking about y'all's driveways, y'all's cars, y'all's y'all sidewalks. I'm not talking about the city streets. I'm talking about y'all's property. And then y'all are asking, who could come plow me out? Who could come shovel me out? Y'all, like, don't do that the next snowstorm. Do not do that. Make sure you got your salt. Make sure you got your shovels. And you have to do it in increments. Do not wait till the snowfall drops to go out and shovel. You have to shovel in increments. You have to shovel, put salt down, shovel, put salt down, shovel, put salt down. I know it could be annoying. I know it could be a lot of work, but it's going to save you a lot of work in the end. That's what my mom told me. You feel me? So that's my advice for if it snows again. So we do not land ourselves in the same position we have been in all week. You feel me? Get your salt, get your shovels, and just be prepared next time. Okay? All right. All right. So let's get into today's episode. Now, like I said, this is the January wrap up, the 30 days of rebuild. We did the pause reverse drive. And this year, I wanted to choose this new year, this January. I wanted to choose alignment over pressure because I was looking back at my year, 2025, and I had to pause and looking back at the last 6, 7, 8, 9 months, I had to really do some assessment, some evaluation. I had to really consider some things. And I thought, why not make this a public challenge? Why not make this open to my community? They can rebuild with me because I'm pretty for certain you are going through some similar situations. Maybe not the same as me, but we could all relate. We all in the same building, different views. You understand? So I'm like, let me build this up for my people too. And I had to stop and just pause and reevaluate the direction that I was going in with my brand, with my business, the Rebuild Your Life, the podcast, with my team, and it was a struggle. It was a real struggle. Now, my brand and my podcast, that's like my baby. When you birth these businesses, when you birth these different visions, it becomes your child. Because being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And it's okay because it's yours. When it's yours, you will put the work in, you will invest, you will sacrifice because it is yours, just like you would do for your own job. Our children get on our nerves, but we will do anything for our children. It's the same thing. So, with that being said, 2025 was not as smooth as I planned it to be. I had visions for when 2025 first started, and trying to follow out those visions, it was rocky. I had some ups, I had some downs, but most importantly, I know I could not continue moving the same way. There had to be some changes, and it was uncomfortable. So, in all reality, that's how the Pause Reverse Drive series was born because I was looking at my own rebuild, right? And seeing the things that I needed to change, some of the things that I needed to do different. Because you need to know that I'm rebuilding too. As I encourage others to rebuild, not give up on their dreams and their goals, I'm doing the same thing. And it's not always easy. It's not always a piece of cake. No matter what it looks like, it's not always a piece of cake. And one of my goals for this year, for 2026, for my community and for my brand, is to show up. Is to show up more authentically, to show up more transparent, and to show y'all a little bit, and to tell y'all a little bit more what goes on behind the scenes with I am Cheris Monique, with the Rebuild Your Life, with the podcast, with the daycare, because that's the stuff that you guys really, really want to see. Y'all don't want to see me showing up dressed and ready to go. Y'all want to see what the ugliness looks like. And I don't know how much ugly I'm going to show y'all of me personally, physically, but I can give y'all some behind the scenes challenges that I go through so y'all can understand that it's real. Like it's real. It is a real rebuild behind the scenes, behind the cameras, behind the content, behind the clothes, behind everything. And it's confidence that keeps me going and keeps me going. And these are the things that I want you guys to realize. The things that I need you to take in, the things that I need you to digest because you guys can do the same thing. The same thing, take on the same strategies, the same practices, the same esteem, and meet your goals. So that's what it was all about for me. Choosing alignment over pressure, being intentional. So that's what really birthed the. That's one of the emotions that was my inner feelings with birth the pause reverse drive series. It was something that I was going through internally, and it was a challenge. And I'm glad I stuck it through. And everything that I went through in 2025, with it being a rocky road, with it being a roller coaster, it was all lessons for me. And that's how I look at the challenges. That's how I look at the obstacles. That's how I look at things that necessarily don't go how I see it, how I envisioned it. The people that I work with, the connections, the interactions, you know, it can be challenging. Working with people can be challenging. Different personalities, different work ethics. It could just be a challenge. But I looked at everything as a lesson. It all was a lesson. each circumstance that I encountered that did not go my way, or if it did go my way, it still was all lessons. So do not look at when things don't go your way, when things don't go how you perceive it. It's a lesson in it if that's how you want to receive it. And if that's how you receive it, you can create the own narrative for your own life, and that's just what it is. I create the own narrative for my life. The mind is powerful. Your brain is powerful, and I literally create my own narrative for my life, my happiness, my business, how things go. Like I'm creating the narrative. I'm controlling the narrative. And once you get that up here and you realize that, danger. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. So yes, 30 days to rebuild complete, and that's not the end. That's not the end. We're gonna move into February with more tools, more strategies for you to rebuild. And we just going to, we're gonna keep it going. So don't go nowhere. Make sure if you are not subscribed to my website, make sure you turn on your notifications, all that good stuff, so you can keep up. And I know everybody is not going to be receptive to everything, but there are plenty of you who are ready to get out of your own way and rebuild. So throughout the month of January, we really had some powerful guests on the show, and I was so excited that January started out so powerful. We had my girl Asia Tillison with Pajamas and Visions. Now, Asia, I admire her so much. That's like my little sis. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of her because she's been staying consistent. You want to talk about consistency? She has been consistent with her Pajamas and Visions event. Um, it's been happening for 4 years. It was January 18th. I participated. Ebony Madre participated, who was another guest on Steeltoes, Two Stilettos this month, and we were there, and it was just so fulfilling. This is my third year participating with Pajamas and Vision, and I love being involved with Asia's event. But like I was saying, she's been consistent with this event 4 years in a row. That's amazing. Shout out to Asia. The vision is amazing. Her consistency, her determination, her passion, her work ethic is just dope. And she is someone who I look up to. She is someone who I'm inspired by. And like I said, Ebony, who was another guest on Still Toast to Stilettos this month, she participated in Pajamas and Visions as well. Still Toast to Stilettos was on stage, right? I participated this year in a different capacity. I participated representing Still Toes to Stilettos, which was fun. And I was doing just what I do, bringing people to the couch, bringing people's stories to life. And Asia's event was around digital, around social media, digital, and AI. And boy, oh boy, I did not expect to get so much knowledge out of her event. The event is for young girls and women, and I didn't realize I was going to walk away with so many jewels. Miss Joyce Proctor was there. Amina was there, who was a previous guest on Still Toast to Stilettos. And she had some other amazing guests. So shout out to Asia. Everybody clap it up for her. Keep going. I'm proud of you. You are the definition of consistency. Thank you for coming on Still Toast to Stilettos. Thank you for always including me. And you know I'll always be there to support Pajamas and Visions and whatever else you got going on, girl. And so that was one guest that we had on Still Toast to Stilettos this January. Our second guest was Gundy Jacobs Jr., which was another Power Pack show. Him and his sons came on, and that was another amazing show. And it just did my heart good just to be able to produce quality information. His sons killed it. Gundy killed it too because he has an amazing movement going on, the Game Exchange. It is a men's empowerment group. And if you do not follow Gundy, follow him, Gundy Jacobs Jr. He is on Instagram and Facebook. He has the With or Without label brand, and he is doing some amazing things in the community for men. I was looking at his page the other day and I was looking at some clips from one of the game exchange meetings and it was powerful. It was powerful. I wanted to show up. It's for men, but I just wish I was in the room. This the just for the energy. It was powerful. So get with him, look him up, follow him, like, subscribe. If you know any men who can take advantage, who can benefit, definitely get with him. Like I said, go to his pages, Gundy Jacob, and just show some love, show some support, and show up to his meetings. He said he's going to start doing some things for women, so be on the lookout for that. But he was another Power Pack episode we had on Steeltoes to Stilettos this month, and him and his sons did an amazing job. Shout out to Gundy. I didn't know um I know Gundy does a lot, and we talked about it on the show. I see him in different roles, different capacities, but it was really interesting to sit down with him one on one and talk to him and get his backstory from where he started to where he's going. Listen, we have some amazing people doing some great things in the city, and still toes to stilettos is the couch to come. Tell your story. You hear me? And our last guest for January was Miss Ebony Mandray, which was another powerful episode. And we talked about women in ADD, a conversation, a topic that we don't normally talk about um, in depth. We talk about it jokingly. We talk about it just touching the tape, this surface level, you know what I mean? And just in joking, like, oh, I can't, I started one thing and I didn't get it done. I started doing something else, or I can't stay focused and know how I am, and oh God, y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what it's like. Y'all know what it's like when we have a list of things to do. We start one thing and then we don't finish it, and we start something else, and then we don't finish that, and then we go to something else, and we joke about it, and really, it can be a really serious issue. It can really cause us to be stagnated with not completing anything. And we need to start taking it more serious. We need to start holding ourselves accountable. And we need to start holding our friends accountable when we see them falling short of their to dos, of not completing tasks, not finishing, not executing. This can really be a stagnant, repetitious, like lifestyle for us where we could just be stagnated this period. And what I mean by that is, what if we wasn't stagnated? What if we did? What if we were able to, execute some of the important things, some of the things that are of priority in our life? Just think about it. The execution. Just think about where we would land in our life. Just think about the elevation. I'm talking about how ADD and how not being focused and not knowing how to multitask, how that can stagnate you and how we joke about it. But just think, if we took it serious and we start following through, where would that put us at in our life? What level would that put us on? How much growth could we see? And I think that's where we need to start focusing our attention, not on what I'm not doing and what I didn't get done and he ha ha. Let's take it serious and try to figure out what we need to do to get some of these things done. And if we get it done, where will we be at? What level will we be at? What progress will we have made? You understand? We would not still be in the same spot. So we have to start changing our mindset and looking at it from a different lens. So thank you, Ebony, for coming on and spreading all the jewels, all the information. If you need to get on track, if you have trouble with multitasking, darn it, I don't even have to build the life journal set up. I was supposed to put the journal up here, y'all. But y'all know what I'm talking about. If you need help with staying on task, if you need help with, you know, setting up a clear plan, if you need help with structure in your life, just purchase the Rebuild Your Life journal and planner. It is designed to help you succeed. It is just not lines and paper. There is actually coaching information in there. There are prompts. There are sections that cause you to think intentionally to set your life up so you can move with clarity. So you can pause, reverse, and then drive forward. So stop trying to do this stuff alone. We have the tools out here for you to get you to the next level. You understand what I'm saying? No, anybody who was successful was not successful on their own. This let's get that straight. We need help. We all need help, and it's nothing wrong with asking for help. So yes, January was power pack. Asia, Gundy, Ebony, me, the pause, reverse drive, 30 days to rebuild is complete. And now it's time to drive forward into February. So I'm excited about February. We have some more real people coming on with some more real stories that's going to hit the couch. And like I said, we have more tools and more strategies to continue to help you rebuild. My thing is not to give you information and then to drop you off and leave you there. We want to continue keep to stay right there by your side while you are rebuilding, so you are not left out there alone. If you feel like you do need some, if you feel like you do need assistance or extra therapy, hit up Eb. Eb has her own um practice. She's a licensed mental health practitioner. She has her own practice. She's very relatable. Um, and I know it can be hard trying to find therapists. I know a lot of people talk about, oh, I didn't like this therapist. I don't like that therapist. It's hard trying to find, someone that I can relate to. Eb is great, and she has a team of great therapists who work under her. So if you ever are in the field looking for therapy, or you feel like you need that extra push, don't be afraid to ask for help at all, at all. So the 30 days of rebuild, it really taught me and showed me some things that I was overlooking. First of all, the consistency. I told y'all all I've been hearing is consistency, consistency, consistency. And it's not about uh, the intensity. It's about being consistent. And that is one of the main things the pause, reverse, drive series taught me. As you can see, I'm showing up, showing y'all how I'm trying to stay consistent. Because today I could have easily said, okay, we're not going to put out an episode today. We could do something different. But nah, we're going to keep it going because I'm standing 10 toes down on this consistent thing. Even if there's no one to sit on the couch with me, I still need to show up for myself. And I want y'all to learn how to do the same thing. Even if it doesn't look how you want it to look, we still have to push through. We still have to be resilient and showing up imperfect. I would rather be in the studio. I most definitely would rather be in the studio, but guess what? We're not. So what? What's the big deal? Right? Right? Showing up imperfect, being consistent, and something, one thing that we have to be okay with, that quiet confidence. As I keep mentioning, a lot of times when we are rebuilding by ourselves. No one sees that. No one sees the hard work. No one sees the struggles. No one sees the nights that you cried alone. No one sees when, you were feeling discouraged. No one sees when your self esteem was low. No one sees that. No one sees when you have to build your own stuff up. That quiet confidence is different when you pop out. And let me tell you something. That quiet confidence is where it's at. You don't want to feel like you need validation every time you do something, every time you make a step, every time you check something off. You don't want to have people clapping for you all the time. You don't need that. You don't want that. You want to be able to clap for yourself. You want to be able to encourage yourself. So that quiet confidence, is going to hit different, and it's going to create a stronger, a better you. You understand what I'm saying? So just sit back. Just sit back and watch yourself grow. Like I said, pause, take a look at what didn't work, what is working, reverse, assess some stuff, change some stuff around, move some stuff, edit, modify, you know what I mean? And then you can drive forward. So going forward into February, it's all about drive. We are in motion, we are driving. And that's what it is, guys. That's what it is. And it's not a race. That was something else that I had to tell myself. And that's something else that I'm telling you guys. I used to think that I had to, you know, do certain things in a certain amount of time. But now I'm just learning to just go with the flow. As long as I am staying consistent and I am being the best version of myself and I am giving it all that I got, then I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to be okay with that. And I'm going to be okay with knowing that everything is going to align because God got me, right? So that's it, y'all. That's the month wrap up. January. We are heading into February. And the couch is here, ready, waiting for more stories, more people, um, more community voices. And I'm just here. So in February, coming up, we got more community stories, more real stories from real people. February is what Black History Month. It's Valentine's Day, and we have some more, tools and things so you can continue rebuilding. I think I got a couple things up my sleeve for February for y'all. And it's of course all about self love. You know what I mean? I know it's the romantic month for relationships and couples and things like that, but we're also are going to focus on self care and self love. So make sure you stay tuned for that. You look out for that and get ready. And one last thing that I have to mention about this Chanel. If you dig out your car, you shovel out a spot, that spot yours. I don't care what they talk about. That's your spot. While we in this snowstorm, you dig out a spot, that spot is yours. If you did not dig out that spot, don't park there. Like, have some respect. Have some consideration. Now, after the snow, that's a whole different story. We all know that no one owns the parking spots. We get that. But until then, leave them people's parking spots alone, please. So we're closing out, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. This is Steeltoes to Stilettos. I am your host, Cheris Monique, and I will see y'all